Howdy guys, how's it going? I'm absolutely dripping with sweat. The humidity is at an all-time high today. We come out here to do something that we have not done yet on the channel. I guess technically we have, in terms of when we stayed all night in our hunting blind shelter that we built last year, and then we converted the whole thing into like a full-on bushcraft shelter. But this right here is a pop-up blind that I intend to use a good bit this year. I'm still going to be doing just my normal find a nice natural location, sit down and watch. But for some hunting, this is a Hunt Monster pop-up blind. I've had it for a few weeks now. I set it up in the backyard. It's very, very simple to set up, even as one person. This is meant to be a 2 to 3 man blind, but more than maneuverable as a solo individual. So yeah, we're supposed to have some rain coming. It's supposed to be, I think water repellent is the best word, because you can see some like tiny little specks up through the roof. It's not any defect in the material. I think, I mean, it is what it is. So I brought that military, USMC military tarp, just because it's one of my smaller ones that we can easily throw over it and, you know, run some guy lines down the ground. But I'm hoping that this thing can weather a storm. I brought my Gore-Tex bivvy that I got from Devil Dog Depot. It's really cool looking on the inside because all around it looks exactly like this. So it should still get some good airflow, but if rain was to come in from the side, then, you know, your gear and stuff would get wet, or your sleeping system, I should say, would get wet. And so today we'll be testing out some new gear as well. This is the Gear Aid Hatchet that come in my Mission 101 battle box. If you haven't seen that unboxing, check that out. I'm really excited about this pack frame because I have been planning on getting an external pack frame for a hot second. This is the first time of many that you will be seeing this. This is a Tasmanian Tiger, I believe it's TT pack frame, and then this is the TT load bag, so it's the backpack designed for the frame. And the frame is the real, you know, meat and potatoes of this overall setup, because it has a stand, so it stands up on its own with the way that the bottom's designed. You can lash gear to the bottom. If I ever want to carry my Duluth Bushcrafter pack, then I can take and throw it on this frame, lash it on there, have a much more comfortable way to carry that, because this thing has a very, very beefy and very customizable strap system. Like coming in today, so the way that I have it adjusted, it rides perfectly on my back whenever I am like hiking or walking. Although like riding in today on the four-wheeler, because I wanted to bring a jug of water with me, and I had, you know, that big blind and everything, so I just thought it'd be a great chance to give this thing just a minor test so I can adjust some of the really intricate features on it. But whenever riding in, it does kind of sit back a bit up and off, because this bottom end can't drop quite low enough where it's resting on the seat, so that was a little uncomfortable. This pack's made for hiking and hauling, so it may look like it has a lot of stuff in it, and it has way more than what we need in it. I just wanted to load it up, but I packed everything just to kind of fill it a bit and adjust the weight. But this thing really is only about a quarter of the weight, maybe a third of the weight full of what it could carry. It's got giant pockets on it. And, you know, like I said, for this very first one, we ain't going to get into the extremely specific details, because I still need to spend some time, put a lot of time in with the pack. But this, along with our Y Sport backpack, these are going to be my 2 bags for this winter. So yeah, now let's take and get everything set up, because I brought that Tom Chucock that we used before. Well, I guess we're not using a cot. That's why I'm glad I brought that foam sleeping pad and the Gore-Tex bivvy. So we'll be good to go. Well, that was a lot quicker than messing with the cot. So at least now we know. You ever need to use pop up 2 to 3 man hunting blind as an emergency cover, just go with this option. And I'm gonna take it. Now that we know that fits just fine, I'm gonna keep it kind of folded up over the edge. Put my other mat in here. I have my chair. Okay, is everything set up? I'm going to back here in a second and refill the canteen because I've already sucked it down. Oh, I forgot to get that mat, but we'll have that mat here. Or I might put the chair there and put the mat here or something, but tons of room. And having a chair like I'm sitting in right now, I'll be able to easily like move around and, you know, manipulate my weapon and stuff. So. Now, I didn't bring my tripod back with me for this, but for any of you guys that are curious that could potentially use something like this in your own lives, because I know I was looking for something similar for a while. This is a SureCam utility water jug. I'd seen gas jugs made like this before, but this one is made of food grade plastic. This is a 2 gallon, and I've also got a 5 gallon for the wall tent base camp once that's ready, but it's super simple. It's going to be kind of difficult to do this one-handed, but I like to just make sure that spigot right there is turned on, and then all you got to do is take your thumb, push that, and push this whole thing down, and you've got running water. There was like a little Velcro strap that you can see right there that was in with it, and I did not bring that with me. Grab one of these gear ties. Just got that lightly wrapped around there. Turn that on. And you got fresh water. So I'm going to fill this up, and I will see you guys back at the blind. Whew. Those storm clouds rolled in very quickly. It's starting to sprinkle rain right now. It's it's kind of being stopped a bit because I was further out and then I heard thunder, so I kind of ran back to here because I am going to go ahead and get my rain jacket out, and we might end up having to throw that tarp over the top, but we're definitely going to get some thunder. Might even be a good idea to go ahead and put that top on now. I just really wanted to see how this would do if these areas that have these little, there you go, like these areas right here on the tarp, I don't know if water will mostly just pass over those and run down the outside. I looked at the live weather radar on my phone, and where I'm at, we should, in theory, have about 20-30 minutes before the heavy rain sets in, but you never know how quick the direction of that will change. So I'm rocking with that. I got that rain suit with me, but I ain't going to worry about the pants, because I found these white duck canvas pants actually repel water very well. I wore them on that last 3-day kayaking trip. It was like my main pants, and water pretty much just beads right off of them until you start to get soaked. And due to the size of this tarp, if anything, I could just throw it over me and my gear on the inside, because I got that foam mat laid over my stuff right there. And it's not even late. It's just where this thing has this blacked out roof and then a blacked out back wall, and then these dark storm clouds. It makes it look like it's 30 minutes before nightfall. Because the panel that's right above y'all doesn't have any of these nicks or anything in it. This did roll in overall. It's supposed to not come till like 7 or 8 p.m. It's roughly 4:20 right now, I think. 4:20, 4:30. In the live weather radar, it seems like there's a U shape around us, which has caused the pause, and then we could potentially be kind of right at the edge of the eye of the thunderstorm. To the outside, this is what we got. We got it over here, draped down pretty much halfway down to this side. I could take and tie it off to that corner ring right there. And then if I wanted to run one piece of jute twine from this elastic piece and that elastic piece down to this ring, that would hold this on, but I don't think we were going to have a problem. You could also probably make it by just tying one piece of jute twine and running it down to there. I took and repositioned my stuff in here so that we can go ahead and get our food going. I really don't know what the weather's doing. It could be a false alarm. It still could hit us. I'm not sure. And I forget which one of these I grabbed. Okay, so this is the ReadyWise Chili Mac. So we've not tried this ReadyWise one yet. Really excited to give it a go. And I found out something pretty nifty. Stove portion to that British mess kit. The internal circle right there fits the diameter of my alcohol stove perfectly, which is awesome. I didn't bring the full British mess kit. I'm just going to use my canteen cup that's with my Vault Can titanium kit. It doesn't fit exactly, but it'll work. Well, there goes a big old aeroplane. So we'll actually be setting this on here like this as opposed to the normal kidney shape direction. See if we can get this going. I'm not sure what proof this alcohol is, so it might take. There we go. 2 strikes ain't bad. We'll let the jets on it get primed. I don't know if y'all can hear, there's a deer blowing probably 150 yards away. I'll try to keep the flames traveling around the front end of that so this handle doesn't get hot. After this starts boiling, we'll put it in our packet here, and it can be reconstituting while we go back and refill our canteen, cause I'm about empty after boiling the water for this. Just gotta drink plenty of water because I feel like I've sweated out more than I've put in, and I've put a lot in. Alrighty, it is well boiling. I'm not going to take a risk on touching that handle. I'm just going to take this CAMPCRAFT canvas bag that I had used to store the stove in because it had sharp edges. And there's our little dose of a campfire. Just going to gradually scoop that y'all's way. Luckily for us, the oxygen absorber was right at the tippity top. And this should pour easier than normal. We'll see how that is. Now the lid part will be hot, so. And while we're waiting, let's take a few whacks with this hatchet. Like I told you guys, whenever we open this thing is sharp. You do just have to be careful if you're ever walking around with one this size, because one like this is one that's easy to fall on and cut yourself. Well, there you go, guys. That right there. I love the fact that it has the driving head on the back. So the real key is to see how well the edge holds, but I think this type of edge would be easy to sharpen with my Sharp Owl Pocket, like 3 and 5 and 1 or whatever it is, survival tool. Well, anyways, I'm really happy with this. That's I feel like this alone kind of makes the battle box I got worth it. That and those Model ties, model, Model, whatever. So I just checked the weather radar again, and it looks like this stuff might be going around us. At this point, I don't know. I did not mean to make a mountain out of a molehill on this one. I guess we didn't really need to worry about putting that tarp up top. But once again, mountain weather, you never know. If we'd been sitting here hoping that it wouldn't rain, then it'd be raining for the next 6 hours. So now, I really like the way this one reconstituted, where it's kind of dim in here, but this one reconstituted a bit thicker. I think I put a little bit less water because I was using that canteen cup, and the milliliter measurements on it are a bit different and a little bit more precise for like what I needed. Oh man, that is delicious. It didn't bring any hot sauce, and it could definitely use some hot sauce or some chili flakes. Chili flakes would be easier to pack. And yeah, guys, and from what I've found, like MRE Mountain, best place to get these ReadyWise meals. There's been a lot of planes today. So I'm going to take and finish this and just keep a feel out for if it's going to end up raining or not. If it does, then I'll get back with you. If not, I'm going to just chill out, maybe walk around a little bit more, and a couple hours, and it'll be time to hit the hay. Alrighty guys, I've got a lot of the smaller stuff put away. Oh, I got a lantern in here that works out really good. It's a little UCO collapsible lantern. It's perfect for like a confined space. It's just not good for filming. So I'm hoping that light's bright enough to get the bed situated and crawl into it. And I want the brown side up on my sleeping pad because I'm trying to prevent heat from being reflected. There's like 5 crickets in here. And I was doing a very good job of keeping bugs out, but I gotta have that back window open so that I can film this. Bro, what is with the crickets? Jesus, man. Like a bunch of little crackheads jumping around. Then I need to go red light. There we go. So yeah, I'm just going to take and doing this as quick as possible before these crickets jump in the bag. Alrighty, there we go, guys. Kick back and get comfortable. Oh. I just hope the humidity dies down a bit. So yeah, guys, I will take and talk to y'all in the morning. Oh, good morning, guys. How's it going? Oh, that was just a very humid night. It ended up being super calm and super still. I think there was a couple sprinkles of rain, but just like the humidity was ridiculous. Like, I did not end up needing my Wooby whatsoever. But this bivvy done great again. I'm really happy with how this patch is doing, because I mean, I know this thing gets crumpled around, you know, this net, and that wire's tugging on it, and there doesn't seem to be any signs of it faltering. If it does falter anywhere, it'll be right around where this wire is, but we'll just have to play it there. And yeah, I think this blind is going to come in really handy this this hunting season. My whole point with wanting a blind like this is so that I can take and try to film you know, some of the hunts and everything here in the mountains, because it's just really hard to like manipulate a camera and stuff whenever you hunt the way that I have always really hunted in the past. And yeah, I'm happy to say, like, you know, all the new gear that we tried on this trip worked very, very well. So I mean, I'm looking forward to continue to use it and test it out and push it and see what it can handle. Like, the pack, phenomenal. So yeah, guys, that's going to do it for this one. So as always, make sure you hit the thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't already, share the videos with your friends, family, anybody that enjoys outdoor activities. Don't forget, you can check the links down in the description. I try to link to all the gear. Once again, if you don't see it, that probably means that there's no longer a link active, or I just couldn't find it. So until the next one, guys, adios.